Okay, now remember the scenario is you are writing an exam and you see a question that says solve for x. So the first thing we need to do is you need to identify what type of equation are we working with. And because you see that a half is double the size of a quarter, you immediately know this is the one that I treat as a trinomial. Okay? Everyone can identify that this is the one that we treat as a trinomial. Yes. Now you start by saying, we use the K method, and how do you use that? You set the smaller one is equal to K. So which one has the smallest exponent? X to the power of? A quarter. Nee? Jy is besig om te vergelyk 'n half of 'n kwart. Which one is smaller? A half or a quarter? A quarter. Okay. That means that this first term becomes what? K squared. Why? Because a quarter times 2 gives you a half. Yes? At least I see like 3 of you agreeing with me. Okay, so it becomes K squared. This one becomes minus 5K because we set x to a quarter equal to K. And this one is 6. Now the reason why we do this is easier to factorize than this. You can factorize it straight away, but it is more difficult. Yes. Okay, so now we set this one to K. So ons moet nou gaan ontslaa raak van al die x'e in hierdie ene. Daai ene gaan word k kwadraat. Hoekom? Want 'n kwart maal met 2 is 'n half. En jy mag nie sy waarde verander nie. So ons moet weer uitkom by x tot die mag half. Okay, so we say K squared. This one we can just put straight in. Hoekom het ons dit gedoen? Want daai 3 term is nou makliker om te faktoriseer. Okay, and now I have 2 different solutions. I have K is equal to 2 or K is equal to 3. Now the question is, did they ask me to solve for K? No, they asked me to solve for X. Okay, so now you got on the boat, it helped you across the river, but now you need to get off that boat again and set X is equal to a quarter back in there. From there. Because I'm still busy solving for X. I'm not solving for K, I'm solving for X. Okay, nou moet jy eers gou vinnig vir jouself vra. Onthou, ons reël sê, as die noemer van die eksponent 'n ewige getal is, frek, waar is hy? As die noemer van die eksponent 'n ewige getal is, dan mag hy nie gelyk wees aan 'n negatiewe getal nie. But luckily this one, we can work with both sides. Because you see, I have a 4 there, which is an even number, but this is positive 2 and that is positive 3. So I'm allowed to carry on with both of them. Good? Okay. So nou sê ons, hoe raak ons ontslaaf van 'n 4? 'n kwart, ons maal dit met 4. So this one becomes x to the power of 16. En aan die ander kant ook 'n 4. And that one becomes x to the power of 81. Is almal alright met nommer 1? Al sit die baadjie nog nie lekker nie, begin julle om ten minste al aantrek. Soort van? Okay. Now, once again, you are writing an exam paper. It has mixed algebra questions in. You come to this one. Immediately, you have to identify what should I do. Do you see that 2 over 3 is double 1 over 3? Nee? 2 op 3 is dubbel so groot soos 1 op 3. So then you know, I treat this as a trinomial. Good. What do I set to k? Which is what? 1 over 3. Good. Hoekom het ons 1 op 3 gekies? Want ons stel die kleinste een gelyk aan x. What does this term become? K kwadraat. Hoekom? Want 'n derde maal 2 gee vir jou 2/3. It becomes k square because a third times 2 gives you 2/3 again. Okay. This is minus 7k and this is plus 10. Why did we do it? So that we can factorize this. You all still with me? Good, good. And now I have two different solutions. K is equal to 2 or k is equal to 5. Do you guys see that you have a method that you have to follow again and again and again? Né? Identify it's a trinomial. Set the smallest one to k. Factorize. And then set back to x. Why? Because they didn't ask us to solve for k. They asked us to solve for x. So now I'm going to say, okay, we've crossed the river. Back to x. Okay. Let me just make a quick comment on this. Do you see that the bottom number in my fraction is an uneven number? Né? Die nommer van my exponent is an oneven getal. Okay, so if it's not, but let's say that was a minus, you could still carry on. Né? Dis net as hy 'n ewe getal is wat jy dan sê no solution. So it's not, but just keep that in the back of your head. Okay, so what do we do now? We say to get rid of a third, we raise it to the power of 3. We have x is equal to 125 or x is equal to 8.